According to data, just a tiny fraction of Nigerians, people like you and I who live in this country, have 500k in their bank accounts. That is actually a very disturbing statistic, because if you look at it holistically, we are talking about 250 million people, and just a tiny fraction of them could boast of 500k in their bank account. So where is the problem? What is the issue? Now, the number one issue that actually causes that problem is income problem. Many Nigerians have income problem. They don't know, or many Nigerians' current job is not fit enough to cater to their daily or monthly needs and give them that freedom to be able to save extra in their bank accounts. In every description is an income problem. So how can you be able to circumvent this problem? How can you win over this biting issue that is affecting almost every Nigerian there is living in the country? Number one is to change your orientation. Change your orientation around money. You need to have a different ideology. You need to learn a different mindset on how you interact and behave around money. Many Nigerians are terminal consumers when it comes to money. What that means is every money that comes into their hands, it is already designated to a consumption, to a need, to a product, to a service. So, and most of the time, those things they already slated their money for do not have the capacity to bring returns on investment at the end of the day. So it's terminal consumption. I call it tertiary consumers. Majority of Nigerians are tertiary consumers. They consume terminally, and that is a very bad relationship with money. If that is the kind of relationship you have with money, then it's a very bad one. So you need to have a different outlook, different relationship with how you behave around money. So how can you counter that? Number one is you need to understand how to keep the money coming in. You need to understand how to keep making this money. You need to find a skill, you need to find a business, you need to find a well-paid career that could get this money coming into your bank account every month. Now, when that money is now coming in, you need to understand how to manage it. Managing money is another skill set entirely that is different from making it. You know, that is where budgeting comes in. So you need to understand how to manage the money that comes into your bank account through budgeting, so they don't overexpend on the money that is coming in. At the end of the day, you are left with nothing, and you will now fall back to the majority of Nigerians who have less than 500k in their bank accounts. Now, when you've been able to understand budget, the next thing is now begin to find ways to plow some of the money through budgeting. You've been able to save up into investment. And when you're able to master this craft or this relationship around money, that means you've been able to conquer the first secret that will lead you to the second one on how to become wealthy. Now, the second part is understanding investment. There are different kinds of investment there is out here, a lot, and many of them are too shiny, many of them are too boring. So I'm not here to tell you a plethora of investment that you need to put your money into, because I'm not expert in all of them. I'm here to just tell you the one that works. So now you've been able to save up some money, or you are beginning to save up some money in your savings account. You begin to look at tried, tested, and proven investments that are low risk and that have the capacity to to explode in few months or a few years down the line. And one of them is actually real estate, which is where I major in, right? Last 18 months, some people who have been able to master their income problem, they have been able to learn budgeting and learn how to stack off some money into their bank accounts, began a journey with us here where I'm currently standing, and that is actually this project you're seeing right behind me. It's called the Velora, and the Velora is simply a housing project of 7 units of 3-bedroom terrace duplexes. And the good news is that 18 months ago, it wasn't looking like this. It was more like this, more like, sand, just like a bare plot of land here, or a bare parcel of land here. But they took that faith with us, with our promises on the table. They took that faith to join us on that journey. And less than 18 months down the line, something magnificent, something beautiful, something amazing is already standing, and it is theirs. So it is 7 units of 3-bedroom terrace duplexes owned by 7 intentional investors who took this journey with us. Right. So we are almost at the tail end of this construction, where we'll conclude it and hand it over to these amazing investors. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to encourage people out there who are still, pushing, trying to save up some money to begin investments like this. There is still hope at the end of the tunnel. It might not be this project because this project is sold out. It might be our upcoming project that is not very far from this particular one. It's called the Win Heart, right? So that one we will launch it very soon. In fact, the anticipatory videos on the content will start coming up very soon. So start making preparations to join us on that journey also, which will also last for around 18 to 24 months. And something like this will also be yours to have. And the good thing is that this kind of project, you might own it to live in, you might own it for short let, you might own it to rent out, you might own it to sell off sometime very soon. And across board, it is an amazing investment you can put your money into. So if you're watching this video and you have not been able to master how to make money, this project might not be for you. And you have not mastered how to manage your money, then you are also very far-fetched from this kind of project. You need to first of all go back to the drawing table, understand how to make the money, how to manage it, and how to invest. I hope now I've been able to help somebody through this video. Thank you.